Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another episode of Talking Halos. I am your host today, Jared Timms, and I am joined alongside my co-host, my partner in crime, my dog. No, I'm just kidding. Nate Green, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, the dog's walking up here mid start to this podcast. But Nate, how you doing?
I'm doing well. I thought you were giving me a new nickname, my dog,
The
and I was like,
dog,
"Whoa,
Mad Dog,
okay."
Mad Dog Nate, Mad Dog
No,
Nate Russo. Yeah,
no, because he makes some very, very bad things. He
bad.
says some really stupid things, but
Yeah, it is.
no, good to be here. Excited to talk Angels baseball.
Absolutely. A big series split there for a team. A lot of things went right. A lot of things went wrong for the Angels this series. We'll break it all down for you here. But first, before we get going, just want to thank everybody for listening and watching this wherever you are listening and watching. If you could share this with a friend, let them know that you found the best Angels podcast out there. Talking Halos is the best Angels podcast out there. I really do believe it. If you haven't yet, leave us a review wherever you are listening or watching. Subscribe to us again wherever you are listening or watching. Follow us on all of our social medias. You can follow myself on Twitter, Jared_Timms, Nate on Twitter, NateGreen34. And let's get this show rolling again. Angels split the series with the Chicago White Sox and head over to Boston to take on the Boston Red Sox. Don't want to get them confused. Black Sox, Red Sox,
Yeah,
White Sox.
too many socks.
Too many socks. Good thing it's only 2 socks, though.
Yes.
You only wear 2 socks. All right. Jokes aside. Big series split. Big thing I want to talk about here is the umpiring. Felt like, it just feels like all season so far, it's been just rough umpiring all the way around. I know that this is not the reason why the Angels lost any series, not the reason why the Angels lost any games, but I feel like it's something that we need to address. And just because we've been doing series recaps and series previews and such like that, we really haven't had time to talk about things going on inside of Major League Baseball right now. So, I mean, Nate, has the umpiring actually been as bad as we think?
I don't know. It was interesting to see 4 calls overturned in one game at one spot. Like, that's never happened before.
No.
That was a first.
Yeah.
So that, which also typically you would think that umpires try and stick together, which is why I think that it should not be umpires up there. It should be ex-coaches, ex-players, maybe 2 ex-coaches, maybe 2 umpires, so like they can all get on the same page. But that is a problem where umpires are going to watch umpires' backs and they don't want a guy to look really bad. So if it's going to be close, they're going to say, we couldn't get a good look at it, so we're going to call him, whatever the umpire said the call was. So that's one thing that I have a problem with. When it comes to behind the plate umpires, I think that you're going to get what you're going to get out of them. That you can argue about how bad or good they've been this season, but I think the only thing that you can ask for is consistency. And I think as many Angel fans want to criticize umpires for the Angels getting the bad calls, I think when you really look at it, the umpires have been pretty consistent. Like, fans are always going to remember when their team got screwed. They're not going to remember when the other team got screwed. So they're going to be looking at going, man, Ohtani got screwed on this call, Trout got screwed on that call, and then Ward, all these guys getting screwed on their calls, and then you look at it and you go, well, didn't the other team have just as many calls they got screwed on too? And it's like, well, yeah, but I don't want to talk about those. I want to talk about Rendon, Ohtani, Trout, all these guys, all our big name guys getting calls against them. So I think that's going to be a tough thing to talk about umpires with, because you're always going to remember your guys not getting the right calls, not the other guys.
Absolutely. And I wanted to bring it up, and going back to those 4 missed calls, it's not like they were blatantly missed, like they
Those
were
are
all
bang.
very,
That's like
very
centimeter. Like, that's
yeah.
like,
Those were all reviewable calls. Like, it wasn't like we've seen Angel Hernandez make some pretty rough calls in the past and such like that. It wasn't like one of those where, he blinked like right as the play was happening. They were all very close. So I'm not even like indicating that. It does just seem like, maybe because we have more technology and we have, more strikes and such like that, and we've been paying more attention to it, that, there's been some rough calls early on in the season. But nonetheless, I agree. I don't think it, it hasn't been a factor. I don't think in a lot of games.
And they're still in first place. Like it's hilarious that if you're gonna say, "Oh, the Angels," they've gotten really screwed this year with umpires. Like, they're in first place. They're winning games they're supposed to. They really haven't lost any games that you can look back and be like, "Oh, the umpire is the reason we lost that game." Like, it's the players on the field making plays, winning games. That's
They've
what
had a
it
lot
is.
of good opportunities, like even the one where Marsh got called out on strikes there when facing Kendall Graveman. That was clearly a ball.
Was
They had their opportunities that game.
I
They
mean,
had their opportunities.
and if you do the lineup correctly, Mike Trout's probably hitting in that situation, not Brandon Marsh, because Mike Trout should be hitting two no matter
Whoa,
what.
whoa,
So
whoa! Hey, no complaining yet, Nate.
I'm just saying, if you want to get technical, Mike Trout should never bat anywhere lower than two in the order every single day. So if he's hitting two, then we're not really having to worry about. And then it pushes everyone else up. So maybe Otani gets up, or maybe Rendon gets up again in that same spot we were hoping Trout gets up in. So.
Different things happen in that game for sure. I want to see Mike Trout getting more at bats than Brandon Marsh and more at bats than Taylor Ward, anyways. Though Taylor Ward's absolutely swinging it. But again, besides the point. To move on from the umpires, we found out who May 2nd, I think, was the date that 26-man roster had to go down. The Angels sent down two relievers in Elvis Peguero and Andrew Wantz, correct?
That is correct.
Cool. Yep. So that we got the answer to that, though we're going to see a lot more moves here in the upcoming days and weeks, I think, or just days in general here in this Boston Red Sox series. Luis Renifo and Jose Rojas are with the team. I don't know if that's going to make a huge difference or anything. They're going to need a starting pitcher here real soon because they're running a 5-man rotation out there right now.
I was told the Rengifo Rojas thing was more of just needing a taxi squad guy because they are going to the East Coast and the Angels, most of their guys are on the West Coast. So they are going to need a guy because I think the real thing is Otani going to be healthy? And if Otani's not healthy, then you have to obviously bring up a position player for him, or maybe you just bring up a pitcher.
You have to bring up a starting pitcher because you're already down a pitcher with Suarez getting sent down. I know Rosenberg is with the team, but I don't think I would want Kenny Rosenberg starting, nor do I want Jimmy Herget to start another game off.
I want Jaime Barria to start.
Yeah, Jaime Barria is fine.
He has deserved it. He has pitched outstanding. That guy deserves a start.
Barria. Yes. Besides the point. Let's get on to recapping this series. Like I mentioned, Jimmy Herget getting the start in game one because Noah Syndergaard was sick. Fantastic team game from the Angels. Angels ended up using 6 pitchers combined for 3 hits on 1 run, gave up 1 walk. The 1 run came on against Jimmy Herget, which again, fantastic. Like if you're getting this out of your team, great news. However, it did scare me. Just scared a lot of people down the road because you didn't know about the bullpen. You didn't know what was going to happen. Besides the point, though, again, Taylor Ward, I think, ended up a triple shy of the cycle? The dude's absolutely raking. Again, Angels ended up winning this game 5-1. Big day all around for the Angels. Really ended up, I think it was just a good situation in general that happened. Big team win for the Angels. I don't know if you have anything else to say about that game.
Yeah, really, really important for Herget to get 3 innings. That's so huge to get a guy who's typically a 1-2 inning guy to start the game. Not typically a starter. I know he started in the minor leagues, he started in college a little bit, but to get 3 innings out of him and to be able to use him, later on in the series, that's very, very important. So I think that was a big start because if he went out there and went 1 inning and gave up 4 or 5 runs, this series would have been way, way different. So that was a huge, huge start for Jimmy Herget.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's great to see Jimmy Herget just because I think he reminds me of myself. I'm a big Jimmy Herget fan. Keep him around. So, yes, Angels won game 1 of the series. Moving on to game 2, tough game. Jose Suarez pitched, worked into the 4th inning again. I think we needed to see him get into the 5th or 6th inning if he wanted to win that game. Unfortunately, he gave up 8 hits on 4 runs, walked 2, struck out 4, gave up 2 home runs there. On a plus note, though, of that game, before we get to, I know you want to talk about Jose Suarez this entire time. I know you do. But plus notes, Tyler Wade, 2 for 3. I mean, he's been a plus note this entire season. Fantastic. Love it. Absolutely love it. And then the bullpen came in and shut it down for 4 innings. You got Andrew Wantz, who came in and threw an inning, and then Jaime Barria, who, again, I think we're both in agreement he deserves at least one start and see how he does. I know it's probably going to be 3, 4, maybe 5 innings, but I'll
I
take
mean,
it.
he's thrown 4 innings before, so I think you
Yeah.
could easily get him 5 innings, depending on pitch count, of course. But
Get on to your complaining. Go ahead.
I mean, he's Andrew Heaney, right? He's the 4 and a third. He did get into the 5th inning, to be fair. He did pitch into the 5th inning. He did not get an out in the 5th inning, but he did go out there for the 5th inning. Just White Sox don't lose to left-handed pitchers. This was going to be a tough one for the Angels, knowing that. But yeah, Suarez, I think he was rushed. I think he needs some more time in the minor leagues. He's not really a guy that, if the Angels want to win a division championship, if they want to be a playoff team, this can't be one of their 6 guys. I think they need one more pitcher. Griffin Canning is not the answer as of right now. Jose Suarez is not the answer right now. I think you got to go out there and find one more guy who's going to pitch and be competitive. Like, you're looking for a guy who's going to go out there and throw 5, 6 innings and just be competitive, because some of his outings don't even look competitive. Like, he's thrown 85, 90 pitches in 4 innings. And it's like, you've walked 5 guys in 4 innings. That's not competitive. Like, go out there and give me a chance to win. He has not really given the Angels a chance to win yet. So that's my biggest complaint with Jose Suarez. I think you've really got to start looking at the free or the trade market. You've really got a lot of teams already. The Reds seem to already have called it quits. You can always call Oakland, see if they're willing to trade a piece or two.
Kai Bush.
I don't think he's quite ready.
I don't think he's quite ready either, but
I'm not bringing up a guy in a playoff on a team that's in first place right now.
Yes, and but if he pitches well, I think you have to entertain bringing up Kai Bush.
And what happens if he's Reed Detmers?
What if you send him back down to Double-A?
So then you just ruined.
You give him 2 or 3. I don't think Reed Detmers has been that bad. I think you're still.
I'm not saying he's been that bad, but I'm just saying, what happens if you call him up? He goes 1 or 2 starts, doesn't show that he can compete at this level, and then you got to send him back down. And it's like,
then you find out he can't compete at this level, and
yet
nobody was trading for him. Nobody was trading for him anyways. And then,
but he's not ready yet. Is the problem?
I think he's pretty close stuff wise. I'm intrigued. The fact that I'm at least bringing this name up is at least intriguing to me.
Like, I'm not saying about prospects.
I'm not saying Brett Carey. What?
You get excited about prospects a lot, so I'm not a huge prospect guy. I'd rather go trade for an established guy who you know what you're going to get out of, rather than roll the dice with a kid who has never pitched at this level and he's 6 months out of college.
I mean, what if I said Davis Daniel? Like, oh, you should bring up Davis Daniel. Does that make you feel any better?
No, because we still don't know if he's ready to compete at this level either. That's why I'm saying, like, I'd rather go get a known commodity that I know what I'm going to get out of him. That's why I loved Chris Bassett. Chris Bassett was a guy that you knew was going to go out there and go 6 innings, 3 runs every time out. Like,
would you rather pick somebody up off of the DFA market than bring up Kai Bush or Davis Daniel?
It depends on who the DFA market has, obviously. Like,
Logan Allen.
I'm not going to get Logan Allen because he has proven that he's not able to compete at this. But, like, you can call the Reds right now. The Reds have 3 wins.
Luis Castillo is also hurt, by the way, so you can't go get Luis Castillo.
Tyler Maley's not.
Yeah, but that's going to cost you an arm and a leg. I don't think you're at the point yet. I think that you got to stick.
Oakland's pretty bad. Oakland's pretty bad. Frankie Montas is available. There are a lot of pitchers on bad teams right now that you can go get. So I'd at least call around and check in. But for me, if I'm in charge of deciding who the next starter is, I go opener for 1 and I let Berea go out of the pen for the next 5. I think that's the best case scenario.
That's fine. And I mean, you have to at least entertain bringing up one of those kids. You have to entertain bringing up one of those kids. They are a top prospect. I have Kai Bush at number 2 now. I have Davis Daniel in the top 10. Ryan Smith is in the top 15.
Top prospect 20. On a team that is ranked 28th in prospects.
I don't care about prospect rankings. It's what you see right now. Kai Bush, electric fastball. Davis Daniel. I'm just saying.
There's a reason they're ranked highly in a bad system.
You got to entertain.
In a system that hasn't proven that they can throw out their competitive pitchers yet.
They've
You
done
can
a very good job with producing pitching lately. I'm just saying.
they have produced major league pitching, but they have not produced dudes yet. They've produced guys that can pitch in the major leagues, but they have not proven to produce guys that are going to be effective in the major leagues.
All right. Regardless of it, you have to entertain bringing up one of those guys. If you're sending one of these, if you're sending Reed Detmers or Jose Suarez down, you have to entertain bringing up one of your prospects. So let's get on to Game 3, the scariest game of this entire series. Absolutely brutal. I mean, we can just move right past everything. Basically, I mean, Michael Lorenzon pitched like an absolute champion. Fantastic outing. Yeah. Huge 8 1/3, gave up 9 hits, but I think a lot of those hits came. 3 of those hits came in the 2 of those hits came in the ninth inning. Gave up 3 runs. All 3 came in the ninth. Walked 2. I think one of them came in the ninth. Didn't strike anybody out, but really had the 2-seamer working. Really had the changeup working, and just a fantastic all-around outing until the ninth inning. We'll get to that in a second. Taylor Ward went 2 for 4 in that game. Mike Trout went 2 for 2 with 3 walks, 5 on base 5 times that game for the 3rd time against the White Sox in his career, which is pretty cool. 15th time, I believe, in his career that he's gotten on base 5 times or more. But back over to Michael Lorenzon, who just absolutely looked like he was shoving. Actually, didn't look like it. He was shoving.
He was.
Yeah, he looked fantastic, and I know that we'll probably see some regression in him, but you letting him go back out there for the ninth?
I am not, and I know people are going to be upset about me for that one, but it's a long inning. The ninth inning was very long. There was it took him a long time to score too, which really sucks from a managerial point. But there was a challenge in the ninth inning. There was a mound visit in the ninth inning. There was
change, I think, in the ninth too.
There were 2 mound visits, a pitching change. It's a long time for a guy to be sitting down. He had thrown the ball well. He was right around that 90, 88, 90 pitch range. I would have told him, hey, look, we were going to run you back out there. You threw the ball well, but it was kind of a long inning. Let's just go to one of our guys, Ortega, Myers, somebody like that. Call it
in Chicago.
Yeah, it's a long time. So
pitched a hell of a game. Sit down. Let's finish this one off. We're up 6-0.
Yeah, and at that point it was 4-0. You could have easily gone to Tepera, who you went to anyway. Had to get him up. Had to get Iglesias up. So it probably would have just been better to go to one of your guys at that point. Just say, hey, 4-0. Finish this thing off. We scored 2 extra. Great. Tepera, now you even have more room to work with. Finish this thing off, and let's go into tomorrow up winning a game 6-0. Instead, we allow Chicago to think that, oh man, we have something. We have a shot to win this game and leave with a little bit of momentum going into Monday.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. I'm in agreement there with you. I say, if it's a 1-2-3 inning, you let them go back out real quick.
Of course.
35 minute inning, don't let them go back out there. Cold weather. I know you want to let them try to finish off the complete game, but you didn't need to at the end of the day, though. Completely different story if he just goes 1-2-3. We're not even talking about that. We're talking about a complete game shutout for Michael Lorenzon. Regardless, fantastic outing. We can move on to Game 4 of the series. Angels ended up dropping that game 3-0. The offense just couldn't do it against Dylan Cease, who looked disgusting. The curveball is gross. Fastball up in the zone. Really played well off of each other. He's real good. Really played well off of each other at the end of the day. But yeah, big news on that side of things would definitely be Shohei Ohtani not playing. He had the hurt groin in the game before, and we'll see when he pitches next, which is another huge thing going into. At
least Boston. He was able to pinch it. At least he was good enough to pinch it in the game, so it's not as scary. I know he didn't really run down the line great on the ground ball to right, short right field where second base, but at least he was able to pinch it where it was good enough to be able to play.
Yep. And of course, Taylor Ward named Player of the Week during the game, by the way. So we got to mention that. And then John, for you, Kurt Suzuki went 1 for 3. So
he's
you're welcome.
Up to 200 with a 596 OPS. That is red hot.
Yep. Regardless, besides the point though, also Patrick Sandoval looked good. I mean, minus 2, you take out that first inning, and he looked good, I thought. And then you saw 2 innings from Mike Myers, which is big again. I think he's getting kind of into that right spot. He's been put in the right situations now rather than in high leverage situations. So I think you keep him in these low leverage situations, and you got yourself a nice little piece there. So anything you want to take away from this series as before we get on to previewing another 4-game series against the Boston Red Sox?
Don't throw left-handed pitchers against Chicago White Sox. If we see them in the playoffs, do not even think about throwing a left-handed pitcher.
Ready. Yep, I agree.
Just all righties. Noah Syndergaard, Shohei Ohtani, Michael Lorenzon. If you have to, trade for another guy to make sure it's right-handed, because if we make the playoffs, this is who we're going to see. Make sure we don't throw any lefties.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's fine with it. I think they're going to go out and get another righty in July. So it is what it is, though. We'll make it work. So no probable starters yet for this next series.
One probable
starter, Noah Syndergaard.
Yes.
So congratulations on a series win for you. I'll give you that. +1 point. You had them splitting. You can all thank Nate for them splitting.
Yes, my fault completely.
So yeah, but I mean, what do you want to predict this series yet, or
I mean, we might as well. You kind of are going to assume that Ohtani is going to start Tuesday, even if he has to sit out another game to make sure that he's healthy enough to throw Tuesday. Syndergaard's going to throw, Ohtani's going to throw Wednesday. Syndergaard is going to throw Tuesday for sure against Michael Wacha. That will be a good start. I really like Syndergaard in that one. Wacha is very, very average. Like he's one of those guys who he's going to go 5 innings. He might make it through the lineup 2 times. They won't let him get through the lineup 3 times is my guess. So I think Syndergaard pitches good against a Red Sox lineup that has not been hitting well. JD Martinez is not hitting well. Trevor Story's not hitting well. Xander Bogaerts, like their offense doesn't have as much thump as we thought they were going to. So I like Noah Syndergaard in game 1.
I'm not even going game by game. Let's just call it. I like Syndergaard in game 1 too, by the way. So I'm not going to disagree with you there. Go ahead, take your pick since you got it last time.
I go Angels in game 2 again. Garrett Whitlock, the Red Sox starter. He has made 2 starts this year, 6 out of 6 appearances, 4 out of the pen. I don't know how long he's going to go. I think that the Angels are going to be tough ABs against them. They seem to really grind out starting pitchers. He might get through 3 or 4.
And my bad, by the way. It's a 3-game set. I was looking. They in June they go 4-month set. I saw that one. So
yes.
Yep.
So
that makes sense.
I have the Angels winning game 2. Whitlock is going to be tough to see how long he goes.
He's been good this year.
He has been really good, but I don't know how long he's going to be able to go. Mostly been a bullpen arm. If Ohtani's pitching this one, I really, really like the Angels. If it's not Ohtani, it's going to be, do you push up a guy?
No, it's going to be somebody from triple. It's going to be Cesar Valdez. That's who it's going to be.
Do you push up a guy and let him throw a normal rest? Because we do have a 6-man rotation. It would be on 4 days rest, which is a normal rest.
Lorenzon?
No, it would not be Lorenzon. It would be Detmers. No.
Detmers, a lefty against. I'd do it. I might do it. As long as you're not going 6-day rest with Ohtani, though. I'm not a huge fan of changing up rest days. Like everybody thinks that they're getting their whole, like their 6 days off, 5 days off, whatever it is. So I think it would be Detmers. I think you bring somebody up. And who that is, I don't know. It's going to be really interesting to see. Because you can't bring up
Detmers is on 6 days rest if you start on Wednesday.
Okay. So maybe you do
go 5 days rest. It would be his 6th day.
Maybe you do go Detmers and you've already sent someone to Anaheim from AAA already, and they're just hanging out in Anaheim right now.
Yeah. Or you just push Ohtani back to Thursday and just give him even another day to relax.
Yeah. We'll see. What do you got though? What are you thinking?
I got Angels sweep. I think the Red Sox are playing not great baseball right now. I know. Double check that, rewind that, make sure I said that correctly. Angels sweep the series. Rich Hill, I know he's been tough in the past, but the Angels have a really good lineup for a left-handed pitcher. Taylor Ward mashes left-handed pitchers. Mike Trout mashes left-handed pitchers.
Jared Walsh has been decent against left-handed pitchers this year.
Not really, but okay. But I'm hoping Duffy's back in time for that game to play first base. Fletcher is at least tough AB, so he'll do something, hopefully. I think the Angels sweep. That's a tough one, but I got Angels sweep.
I like it. I'm not going to go that far. I'll take the Angels take 2 at 3 though. I think Whitlock will kind of get it to him there. But there's a lot of question marks this series though too on the pitching side of things, which is a little bit worrisome. I'll say that. So like that's the only reason why I'm saying 2 out of 3. I like how they're matching up against I like how they match up here against Boston.
They dodge an ace again. It's unbelievable.
Hey, wins are wins, man. Wins are wins. I mean, we're gonna have to probably keep that on our eye though. How many aces they actually face, because they haven't done that a lot. But I know you want to go.
They're dodging Evaldi here, and he has been really good this year.
So yes, he has. I'm not a big Evaldi fan, but yes, he has. So, Nate, you got any final thoughts before we let everybody go?
Do I get 2 points if they sweep?
No, I'm not giving you 2 points. We're going point by point.
I just wanted to make sure, if I call the sweep, I get 2 points,
Fine. If they sweep, I'll give you 2 points. That's it. We're all tied up, though. We're all tied up 2-2.
What?
Aren't we all tied up? Or are you up 2-1?
No, 2-1.
You're up 2-1. We were 1-1.
Yeah.
I thought we tied.
No, 1-1.
That's what I get.
I think we had the same in the last series, which sucks that we went the same route. But
yeah, well,
it is what it is.
So you sweep. I got 2 of 3. So guys, just want to thank you all so much for listening to this podcast here at Talking Halos. Again, making us the best podcast, Angels podcast out there. You could subscribe wherever you are listening. Follow us on all of our social medias. Just look up Talking Halos. You will find us. You can follow myself on Twitter at Jared_Timms. You can follow Nate at NateGreen34. And guys, thank you so much for listening. Have a great rest of your day.